Okay, so a poem called The Highwayman actually inspired me to write this story. It portrays the tragic romance between a maiden named Bess and a highwayman. So in the olden days, a highwayman was a person of mystery who would rob the nobles as they traveled down the highways, hence the name. This poem by Alfred Noyes is one of the most celebrated in the English literature, and so it was a little scary to even try and base a story upon this poem because it is so great. When I started to write my story, I thought about how I could keep the character of the tale true, but shape it so that it's also unique to my writing style. I finally decided on the form of a short story, and that would be told from Bess's point of view. I decided to write it from Bess's point of view because I found her to be the heroine in the story, and a girl, so I could relate to her. And it was also a challenge trying to capture her thoughts and feelings. So I tried to maintain the natural flow of the poem in my own story by using a great deal of description and creating some of the images that were also depicted in the poem. So for example, my very first line starts with, "Gusts of wind moaned and groaned while shadows danced, celebrating the oncoming night. The sun filtered radiant light onto the stones of the courtyard of my father's inn, where my love and I conversed quietly, he on his horse and I leaning over the casement." So the first time I actually heard this poem was in the movie Anne of Green Gables, one of my favorites. And I ran after the movie to find the poem because it was so moving. So this poem has therefore become one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoy this small excerpt I will now read. From my story, not the poem. Okay, so from Bess's first part. "I twisted my fingers and turned my hands, but the knots held good and strong. The dusk had long flown away, and pure moonlight illuminated the room where I was held captive. Hours slipped by, feeling like years of agony in my heart. I strove to at least touch the rifle they had strapped to my chest, and alas, one finger of the hand my highwayman had kissed felt the trigger. My heart beat quicker, for I knew what I had to do should my highwayman come riding down the old, dusty road. Midnight came and left me behind, I still standing with a finger on the rifle's trigger, and all other hopes of escape commanded away by these cruel bonds." And that's really